Right then, well, I thought I'd do a little bit of an update. Literally, I'm making this video specifically as a, hey, literally just notice me, I'm over here kind of thing, because I've been doing the solo freelance thing since the end of July. But nearly every other day, I get a comment on one of the YouTube videos or someone messaging on the Discord or reaching out or social media or whatever, saying, I didn't realize that you left WhatCulture. I didn't realize that you'd gone solo. And oh my God, awesome. Like, I want to watch your stuff or whatever. So I just thought I'd make another one of these videos. I don't know how the hell I'm going to title it. Just, hey, I'm over here. But I thought I'd do that, and I can do a little update on all the little things that have been happening, what it's been like, and the exciting developments that are happening. Like, depending on when you see this, we've got some merchandise made, which is just a crazy fun thing that I wanted to do. It's just, come up with the Just Good Game Show and then get far enough where you've got a logo and everything and you can put it on some merch. And I was like, let's do that. So I'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, in terms of everything that's led to this point, if you're brand new here, then I hit a bit of a wall earlier in the year. I'll not go into it too much. There's a whole video about it, on the channel. You can watch the video that I initially put out at the very end of July about leaving WhatCulture after like 12 years of employment over there. But at the beginning of the year, or leading to about April or so, is when I really hit a burnout time, and I had to take some time off work and just sort my head out, to be honest. Just really figure out what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it, and try and do something a bit more curated in regards to a solo project or whatever it is. And once I got back off that time off, which ended up taking about 2 months. So, if you ever feel like you need to take the time, for the love of God, take the time. Because for me, when I came out that and I was on the medication, I sorted myself out and I started having the conversations that I needed to happen with the higher ups at WhatCulture, they were very supportive of me doing this, breaking away, doing my own thing. And I'm still freelancing for WhatCulture because I needed to make sure there was enough money coming in. I couldn't just take a leap onto thin air, Wile E. Coyote style. And so I'm still freelancing for them. I still do a handful of things for them every week. But obviously my focus is on the Just Good Game Show and this channel, which has become a nice mix of, we have the Just Good Game Show every week. You can get early ad-free access to that on a Wednesday if you go to patreon.com/Tailford. Yes, I am going to be in plug mode as well. That's the Just Good Game Show. That's a big old podcast comprising community questions and talking points alongside a news portion, tips and tricks, overlooked games, whether they are new or old, a game spotlight on whatever the newest games are, and some trivia at the end of it as well. The news portion of that, I always film and put it out separately so you can get a taste of what the wider podcast is like. That goes out on a Friday afternoon on YouTube. They're all quite nicely edited, at least I would say, as someone who's never done video editing much before. But I edit that together for every Friday afternoon, so you can check that out as well. So yeah, every week it's the Just Good Game Show, the Just Good Game News, and then in between that, I do bits and pieces of the news coverage. Just me. I'm a one-man show, and I try and do let's plays and check-ins on certain games. You can watch me struggling my arse off against baby steps. I'm also checking out certain games that deserve the spotlight, like Wonder Stars, that need to be shown. To be honest, I didn't even know that game existed until one of the community members pointed it out. And I try and just do a mix of different things, and I think it's been pretty good. So I'm very happy with where we're at. I absolutely love the community over on the Discord. I just wanted to make a place where mature people can enjoy stuff. And everyone over there is just super chill. There's various different threads that you can check out. If you want to join the Discord, if you search Scott Tailford, you can join the server. And there's you can also submit the questions and talking points for the weekly podcast as well. Also on the Patreon, I launched a good few weeks ago now, The Man Who Stares at Goats, which is my greatest of all time podcast. That's Patreon exclusive. That's only going to go out on the audio feeds, and only if you're on the middle or top tier on the Patreon. Which, did I even say money? Probably not. It's £3 for the donation tier, the helping hand tier. The Just Good Game podcast tier gets you the early ad-free access of the Just Good Game Show, and then the helping hero tier is another donation tier for £10, which gets you a super deluxe special shout out at the end of everything that I do in regards to the Just Good Game stuff, as well as at the end of the Just Good Game news. I try and do a themed send-off every week, specifically game themed. I did a Ghost of Yote one the other week and a Silent Hill one after that, and there's been a couple of others. I'm not great at editing, but I do what I can, and they're just fun to put together. It's funny because having done this for 12 plus years professionally, I'm very aware of how viewing habits go, and it's always the thing on YouTube where if you're not immediately on the ball all the time, go, people will leave the video. And so doing this kind of thing for WhatCulture, day in, day out for 12 years and getting millions and millions and millions of views, like I said, you get used to what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. And for the most part, you're not supposed to just sit here and talk to you, like, which is why I wanted to do the solo channel, to be able to free up some of that pressure and be able to tackle different projects and have little sit downs and do updates and things like that. And so if you're still sticking with me, thank you so much, for being able to put up with this amount of prattle. Because honestly, like, it is surreal going from 12 years of full-time work and a specific schedule of, like a piece of news every morning, 3 podcasts a week, as many lists as you can do. And then I became the head of gaming and like editing the articles and assigning all the different articles and looking after the freelance pool and looking after the staff and trying to do the one-on-one meetings and everything else. An absolute ton of stuff, as well as making all the thumbnails, of the vast majority of them anyway, on the YouTube. You go from all that to just, you can tell that was the thing that burnt me out, was doing all that, and then you add a kid in, and the kid's getting up at 4 a.m, and it's not a nice balance. But you go from all of that to, like, I've gone freelance. I'm still going into the studio, recording stuff with Josh. I'm still doing my certain allocations for WhatCulture, and then doing as much stuff as I can for myself. And like I said, it's very surreal, and I find myself profusely thanking every single person who's listening to me doing this for being able to do this for a living. And so thank you so much. I feel like I say it every week on the podcast, but it's true. Like, to be able to keep doing this is fantastic. And if you would like to be involved, like I said, you can head over to the Patreon. And yeah, like I mentioned the merch stuff before. I'm going through Fourth Wall, which was recommended to me by Phil Chambers on the WhatCulture Wrestling side. But also Fourth Wall are like this massive merch company that work with YouTubers and content creators and whatever anyway, where basically they handle the manufacturing and the shipping, and all I have to send them is like the designs. We're going to have t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, coasters, and caps, the cap and a beanie. Because I probably got carried away just ticking all the boxes. But because they're taking care of the manufacturing, I was like, I'll have a mug. I'll tell you what. There you go. There's a little bit of merch. Not to plug every last thing, but I'm very happy. But yeah, I just wanted to it's just doing it. I've never gone solo, never done this kind of thing before. And when the opportunity presented itself to have a range of merchandise with a logo on, I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. And I'm going to make some more stuff going forward, especially for, like I said, the Man Who Stares at Goats podcast, which the first episode of that, which I probably should have said earlier on, is Metal Gear Solid, my favorite game of all time. I tend to play through the game in chapters, so that if you listen to the podcast later on and you haven't played it alongside the month it was revealed in, like, Metal Gear Solid was October's game. If you pick up the podcast next year and you decide to replay Metal Gear, then you can go through Metal Gear Solid and then listen to me getting up to the point that you got up to, and then do a bit more, listen to me go through it, that kind of method. So yeah, just massively thankful, as always, to be able to do this. And again, thank you so much if you've been watching this. But again, the reason for making this video was literally just to check in, to talk about a few things, and just to say, hey, I'm over here. This is where I am. You can find me here. Just Good Game News every Friday, Just Good Game Show every Wednesday, and many other videos, as many as I can do in between. So hopefully I'll see you on the Discord. I might see you on the Patreon, and if not, I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.